Boom, we're live. GM fam, welcome back everyone to another episode of Behind the Avatar. I'm your host, Crafter, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. We got Jackie.eth in the house. What's up, dude?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat. I've been I've been following your journey through the metaverse for a little while now, and I don't honestly remember when or how we crossed paths. I think maybe Other Side FM or who knows. Doesn't really matter. But either way, I found you and I saw you're doing cool stuff and you're building a game inside of, or not inside of, a game a part
And
of the metaverse, or I don't know how.
yeah,
It's so
yeah,
it's such a that's such a weird topic that we've dove into lots of times. But anyways, I would love for you to just to start this off with just a quick little intro of who you
mhm.
are, so that people that are tuning in that don't know who you are can get a better picture of that, and then we'll just kind of dive on into things.
Sure. Yeah. This is Jackie.eth from another world. So I've been building VR virtual reality apps before Web3. So I run a small startup called Science VR. So we've been using Unreal Engine to build educational content. So think about you can step inside a historical story to witness how scientists do experiments and use your hands to interact. So that's what's my Web2 life. And and over the pandemic, and we're lucky to meet a few crypto investors and some that were my longtime Web2 friends to jump into Web3. And so we started to talk about what's a digital world and what's a how can we live inside a digital world, because the pandemic taught us everyone at home has a workstation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I guess started to think about those digital world. How can we be there as avatars? Then NFT hits, and I started to uh, investing in it with my energy and some of my savings. And so, well, we can talk about that. I'll pause here.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome. So man, there's a lot to dive in there. But I guess so your transition from VR
Yes.
to meeting crypto investors basically that were interested, were they coming to you interested in figuring out this digital world, like you were saying, like that's how the conversation started, or how did those conversations even begin?
I actually was this crypto investor, his follower, Twitter follower. So when I saw his tweets, and I immediately pinned him, and then we spoke, and then we've been doing some digital world exploration. Then uh, I fully transit from my VR into this. Um, I started with the web-based experiences,
Uh-huh.
and then over the past few months, we dive into the standalone applications. Because well, from VR headset, no, well, I hope there will be more people using those, and but
Hopefully soon or
yeah,
later.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. And so do you think that what you're building right now will be usable with VR? Is it
Mm,
already or no?
well, it's of course it can be used in VR, because
As
I've been building VR apps. So um,
yeah,
and of course it could be, but just that we need some critical mass
there's not really a
to.
demand for it yet.
Well, one example may be if there are some actors, they're using the motion capture, and you want to see them really like in the interpersonal distance, then you use a VR headset and to really get close. Otherwise, you can use the screen, right? The screen is pretty good already. That
Right.
you just jump into the app, and then as a virtual avatar, and you can stand next to your friends, the actors, and some enemies, shoot
Hmm.
them.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. This just popped in my head, don't know why. But I've noticed that most metaverse slash gaming experiences that are specifically based around Web3, they always tend to use like third person so that you can see your avatar. And I I personally, whenever I'm playing, I enjoy to be first person. I think
Hmm.
that's a more fun experience in my mind. But I guess I'm just curious, like, do
Yeah.
you think that there's like why it just seems like most games have been leaning towards like showing that third person view, and I don't know if that's just because we've all become so um tied to our like profile picture or whatever, and being able to see that in in the metaverse while you're playing as yourself, I guess, is something that maybe interests people. But I've always been curious why I don't see
Mhm.
more first person stuff.
I think that comes to the environment itself. If you're in a more like social settings, you want to see yourself and interact with others. And when you want to like get into a battle, you want to really purely focus on the environment. I think that's when the first person view makes a lot of sense. So depending on like the environment and the things that you want to do, um, well, of course, we should have a way that which can let the user to switch and to
Hmm.
toggle, or maybe it should toggle itself, like be very smart, like depending on what the user want to do.
Yeah, that's I've always I've always wanted games to include that toggle feature, and it seems like very few do. And I don't know, you probably maybe have more of an understanding as from more a game developer side of things why that is, but it seems like giving the option would make sense. But I do see what you're saying, where social experiences, you want to kind of see yourself in that experience with everyone, so that like makes sense. But at the same time, like I don't know, I think I would maybe even in a social experience like gravitate towards first person because I'm still seeing all my friends' avatars, and I know that they can see my avatar. So I don't know. I guess
Mhm.
maybe it just depends on the player, which is why I think maybe that toggle feature would make sense.
Yeah, and also depending on if you want to stream your screen and
Mm,
let people know that's your character. So that
that's
depends.
that's a good point. I didn't think of that, but yeah, as far as a streaming perspective, I guess it third person almost makes more sense because then it's like everyone is watching you play the game and not watching through your eyes, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think this is actually a very interesting topic. The agency, right? Like you being inside this world, and it also depends on what the world that means to you. um, and I think that's also our focus. We want to build this digital world that's not only you are playing the game, but it's actually a world that you can put your digital being inside that world. And that has several level of meanings. First, I think, well, we've been in Web3, and I think I want to have an opportunity for people to bring in their digital identity so that they can really be their avatar, but also be themselves when they play a game. So that's why I started with this group of POPs, this blue chip POPs, because I know the holders, they love them, so that they love them so much that they switch their profile photo as those cartoon monkeys, right? Um, yeah, I think that's a world that well, everyone is trying to define what's a Web3 game, but that's my approach.
Yeah, I like that. So you think that incorporating the profile picture, do you think that that's the first step to adoption? Is that why you're leaning into that, or do you think that that's enough to qualify as a Web3 game, and that's all that people are really looking for is to be able to bring their digital blockchain identity into a game?
I think that has several levels, and so you have to really love your profile photo so that you change it for the reason, and also by changing that, you also get people to know you from a different angle, right?
Hmm.
And for Web3 games, of course, there are many different approaches. Like you can have a story with collectibles, and you can have a story with collectibles, and also a way that well, those collectibles be represented as a peer piece. And when people like it so much, then people use the story and in the peer piece as your profile photo and everywhere on the social profile. And but Web3 NFTs, they're like on the, well, it's going from the other way, right? We have peer piece, then we change our profile photos, then the game. And so when you play the game, do you really bring in your peer piece or not? And what does that mean to bring the peer piece into the game, right? So for me, I think this is a transition to bring the digital identity into the game. And I also think about this is not only the game; it should be a world where, like crypto Twitter, right? Everyone
Hmm.
we been following, we talk about that. So imagine there's a digital world, not just like Twitter, but it's 3D. We're all
Yes.
our PFP avatars. Um, so that's something. Well, I'm still building, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that whole the concept that you're kind of diving in there of like basically merging social media with the metaverse um is something that I've talked to like just in random voice chats with friends about. Is like that's it seems like that one, it seems like that really isn't being approached yet, and I don't know why that is, but, like, it seems like it's such an obvious use case for the metaverse is to have, like, where you're wandering around this world, and inside this world, you come across all of your followers, your friends, whatever term you wanna use, and new friends that you could be making, and you see either like their little plot of land and how they designed it, or I mean there's so many different options, but like it just seems like that is is something that should be like around the corner, and I just haven't seen anything that's doing it. And maybe they're just working behind the scenes, or maybe I had just haven't caught wind of it yet. But yeah, we've talked a lot about our ideas and how we would do it, and none of us actually take the initiative to go after it and build it. So maybe somebody should, or
Well,
maybe somebody is.
yeah, yeah, I am. At least I
I was
am.
gonna say, I feel like maybe you are.
Yeah. So, for example, like we're in the studio. It could be in the future. I just walk into the place. You have a studio, recording studio in another world, and I just walk in as my avatar. Then we do this interview and conversations, and then our like screens will be broadcast to the battle zone. People are like
Yeah.
shooting each other while listening to our podcast.
No, that would, I mean, that would be so cool. And I guess that's a good segue into another world. And I would love to maybe, because it sounds like you're already kind of on that track of thinking like what is otherworld, or not otherworld, another world. What is another world to you? Like
Mhm.
what are you building?
Yeah, so this is really an experiment to think about what's a digital world, and and so we start with these four communities, and so we structure this world like there are community zones, and there also a game zone, a battle zone in the middle. Well, thanks for showing the web page. Yeah, so this is our website, and well, maybe this is also a good way that I can like give a tour um, while we're talking about this, right?
Yeah, I
What do
think
you think?
that's probably a good idea.
Uh-huh.
And anyone that's looks like we got a few listeners live, and if anyone's catching the replay, obviously we might not be in there when you're catching this replay, but follow along, and this is how you can kind of join us. And if you're watching live, come hang out with us. It's all web based, or can be, right? There's
Yes,
there's
yes.
multiple different ways to do it.
Yeah, I can talk about how do you run this first, right? So you can go to the website. This is the web-based preview where you can play for right now you can play for 10 minutes, and of course, if you download the full game, that will give you the best experience, and you are also able to collect more items, NFT items. So this game. It does not interact with your wallet directly, but if you enter your ENS, your Ethereum domain name, you can use that as your username. And, inside the game, if you verify with token proof, then we know you own that address that will allow you to collect more stuff. So how about you click on the web-based preview, and I also log in with my characters. Maybe we can meet there, and I'll give you a tool.
Sounds perfect. I'm pulling up. This
Yeah, you
is
can.
Simple Zen's running the screen right now, and I'm pulling it up on my computer as well. I typed in my ENS, and it says unverified view only. Is that right?
That's correct, because that will be the way you can use your ENS, but because you're not verified, because anyone can type your ENS, right?
Uh-huh.
And but in the next step, if you get verified, then you can get more airdrops. But you can click on Borea Club.
Gotcha. Which one are you picking, Simple?
Let's
Oh, we
do
can't.
Borea Club. We start from there.
Perfect. Loading in.
Okay, I see you. Crafter dice. Okay, that's me.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, sweet. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your Twitter linked and everything, huh?
Well, we talk about Twitter, right? This is like Twitter, but in 3D.
Yeah, seriously. How
Yeah.
so I guess my question right
Yes.
now is, and maybe my computer's just being weird. Is there a way to lock it so that whenever I'm moving around, I don't have to hold the mouse button down? Or do you have to hold the mouse button down?
Yeah, I have to hold it.
Okay.
But that's a
Maybe
good input.
maybe that's
That's a
something
good
that you
input.
could add in someday. Maybe just some
Yes.
sort of like toggle button or
Yeah. Yeah.
something. Okay, but yeah, show us around. This is awesome. And if you
Yeah.
guys are viewing live or catching the replay, come in and explore and follow the tour along with the video.
Yeah. So that's well, we can take a quick look for the PvP zone. Then I will show you the ape swamp and some other areas. And well, it does have music, so if you press M, then you can mute the music, and so that we can keep the conversation.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
The shift is run. Nice.
Yeah, shift. You press shift to run, and now we are in the PvP zone. Okay. So the fun part of the PvP zone is that we are able to shoot each other. Sorry,
That's awesome.
that's
How'd you
intentional,
how'd you
but
do that?
that's intentional. But I'll hold my fire from now on. So if you right click and left click, yeah, you got it. Don't kill me. Well, you could, but we'll start over to the begin to the starting point.
Okay,
So
so there is. Okay, I see the health bar up there, top left.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and when you got hit, of course your health bar decrease. Now you're in a safe zone. I cannot really hurt you when you're in a safe zone.
Nice. Well, I'm just gonna hang out here. See you guys later.
Yeah, that's a safe area. Yeah, that's a safe area, definitely. Um,
What are these?
and
What are these little guys?
okay, those are crystals, and yeah, if you can collect them. You press Y, then you get to collect them,
Okay.
and it's well, it's right now dropping directly to your wallet, and you'll see some notification that you just minted a Saga crystal, and Saga is one of our partner, and so we are using their technology. They have a like special chain that we can use, and those are gas free. And I use that for in-game items.
Nice.
So you just mint another one. So
Um,
yeah, go
should
ahead.
is the so the in-game items are it's all gas free. That's what you said?
Um, they're gas free items, and there's no Ethereum items dropping in the game yet, but there are optimism items. And so
Okay.
if you go around, well, maybe not here, but let me give you a tour to the swamp, and we might be able to find other objects on the way.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So okay. Oh, we got another guy here, another golden monkey. Okay. Hello. So
Skull.eth. Is that a on-chain monkey? Is that what
that's
those
an
are?
ancient monkey. Yeah, that's an ancient monkey.
Nice.
So let's go to swamp. I'll give you a little tour. Yeah. So we just been through this battle zone, and in the battle zone, we are planning to host some battles.
Grab
Oh
this.
yeah, pick those up,
I don't know
and
what
you can open up your
hoodie.
inventory by pressing I.
I.
Yeah. Okay, you got a few things. Yeah. Then you
Oh
can
yeah,
right click.
I got
You got a
pizza one
pizza.
time when I was playing.
Nice. And you got 1.28 coin. That's great because you can use that to unlock the gate. You know.
Nice, nice. That's why I I was like no matter what, I'm always gonna keep at least one ape coin. So whenever I'm moving stuff around, I always keep one in a wallet just in case.
Nice. Yeah. I'll let you to unlock the gate as we get there. So in another world, everywhere is walkable, and because I want to design that way so that it's kind of like a place. So next time when you want to jump into another world, you can see, oh, let's meet in around the swamp,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So this is a swamp, and okay, this is the other base, other space. They have a building now.
That's awesome. Shout out
Okay,
Other Space. If you
other
aren't
space.
following Other Space and doing all the other space stuff, go do that. Other Space FM on Twitter, I believe.
Yeah, that's
They do
great.
awesome. They basically anything Yuga related, they're gonna be all over. Especially like the gaming side of things. It seems like what they're kind of leaning into right now. I've been following with them doing the heavy metal forge stuff. So yeah, shout out Other Space. But this is super cool. So this is new ish.
Kind of. So let's jump in here. Well, there's some arts and over here, and well, we're still building this area out. But yeah, there's a
That's awesome.
ape coin hoodie on the table if you want to grab that.
Yeah. Don't mind if I
And
do. What about this
and
banana?
what you can get it, but I don't think it's going to airdrop to your wallet. But because you're using the ENS sign in, so but you can wear
Oh,
the ape hoodie. You can wear the ape coin hoodie
do I
if
just
you want,
drag it over? No.
or right click. Okay.
Nice. Can I grab some pizza? Oops. I don't know what I did with the pizza. Dang it.
Pizza, when you get hurt, then it will recover some health.
Oh, I see. Okay, nice. I did gain a little bit of health. Is this still open?
Yeah, you can just press I. Yeah. All right. So 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 we have another building that's a pizza place, Herbs pizza place. So this is
Herbs.
what I was talking about earlier. Like we can have your own like radio station, and
Yes, that would be so
potentially
cool.
you can podcast over there.
That would be legit.
And I wonder like
Herbs.
what
Is this a real life pizza place?
no. Well,
Should be.
hopefully we need to ask Herb.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Hopefully, and he's going to sell those DMT pizza. And So let's go to the swamp area. So that's a gate, and since you have one or more ApeCoin, you can unlock the gate. Then I'll follow
Okay,
you too. So you just
cool.
go to a gate. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if people were with me that
Yeah.
didn't have ApeCoin, they could come in too.
Yes. Yeah. That's a part of the design that I got inspired from NFT NYC last year, 2022, where we brought plus one into those token gated events, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, so they can be plus ones.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, especially for online experiences, but even the in real life stuff, allowing other people to come and experience what um why you like it so much, I think is just going to benefit the whole ecosystem. Um, but so yeah, definitely cool that you can do that. I see the Ape Fest sign back there. That's got my attention.
Yeah, so I'm excited to the new announcement for the A Fest, and
Yeah. Where where are you if you want to say in the world?
I'm in the Bay Area. I mean, in North California.
Okay. Okay. So that's not too far of a plane ride, is it, from there?
To Hong Kong. Well,
I guess
but
I
I,
don't know.
I I can I can go back to Taipei for a few days. That's my hometown,
Taipei is your
and
hometown? Nice.
yeah, and then go to Hong Kong. So,
Sweet. I'm actually gonna be I think we have a layover in Taipei on our way to Thailand.
really?
We had a layover last. I've been to Thailand a few times, but
Okay.
my last trip to Thailand, we had a layover
Okay.
in Taipei too, but it was too short. I was actually hoping it was going to be longer so we could go out and actually do something, um, but I've always wanted to actually explore there, and but I've only ever been there passing through in the airport.
Okay. Well, maybe we can meet there and go to A Fest.
I mean, that's the one. I don't have an ape of my own, but if they're still doing the plus one system, um,
That'll work too. Yeah.
I'm definitely down. That would be awesome. But what can we go into this Ape Fest area? What's going on over here?
Well, the interior is not built yet, but this
Okay.
is this is built based on the imageries from the Borea Club. So kind of like a 3D fan art, and so we built it. I think last year, um, and there's a little room for the A Fast folks. I play some recordings there from there.
Sweet. Um, for when you're building this,
Yes.
how are you building this? Is it code based or is it like I don't know. I have no idea. And it's on Unity? No.
This is built with Unreal Engine
Unreal.
and
Unreal.
Epic Games Unreal Engine. Fortnite, right? The multiplayer first-person shooter with 100 million users.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so this is using Unreal Engine, and well, I use Unreal Engine for a couple of years now. I use that to build VR app, and now use it to build um, this multiplayer Web3 experience. And so there's I think three parts. There are the arts, and the 3D assets, the asset level, and there's the game, like multiplayer, how character move and they interact and they shoot. That's a game level, and the third one is the Web3 level. Like on our head, we have our ENS, and inventories. There are NFTs in your wallet, and that you can actually look up from OpenSea. And so,
Mhm.
and there are many more Web3 integrations. It's going to be in the game in the near future. So like the art level, the game level, and then the Web3 level.
For the Web3 level,
Yes.
what kind of things do you have planned?
Yeah. So we're working on this battle system that we were in this desert like area, and um, so remember the movie Ready Player One, right? So in Ready Player One, you hunt rare items, and then
Hmm.
you can sell them.
Yep.
So I think that's a goal that I want to achieve,
Uh,
and
I think that's awesome.
so you can bring friends, and the important thing is you can bring your Web2 friends and send them a link. They jump into this game, and can ask them to cover you in the battle zone and to grab those rare items. And potentially you got a rare one, then you can sell it and treat everyone a dinner.
Yes.
That's my dream. Ideally, that's my dream. Like we can get to that point.
I
Um,
I think
yeah.
I don't see why you couldn't get to that point, right? It seems
Mhm.
like that's definitely the direction we're moving, and that's what you're building. So, I think that would be awesome, and I think that that's a good point and like a crucial point is that um, you need to make it super easy for people. Like it needs to feel like Web 2 for the users to hop in and be able to join Web 3 people. Like because there's definitely both sides. Like for a long time I thought that it was all like we were all just gamers,
Mhm.
but we're not. There's definitely, I mean, there's definitely gamers that have come to Web 3. um there's definitely that. There's definitely also gamers that hate Web 3 and think it's going to ruin games. And then there's also people that never really played video games until Web 3 came, and now they're playing video games. So there's like those three, and then there's that, like, obviously a huge spectrum in between that,
Yeah.
where people fall. But that's, I think, super important, is to make it as easy as possible, to bring your friends in to a Web 3 game without them having to jump through a bunch of hoops, because they're not going to want to do that. They want to they want it to be easy. And how, I guess, so you're using the ENS
Yes.
way for people.
Yes.
So for people that don't create an account, will they have like a custodial wallet created for them, and all their stuff that they get would be in there until they decide to set something up and move it off of there? Or how are you approaching that?
Yeah. It depends on the player actually. So you don't need any account to play. Of course, that also limits what you can get, and you can um, just play it again without touching any wallet. But the problem is, like, when you get a rare item, it's not going to drop to anywhere that you can get. That's the first level. Anyone can play the game, and they don't need an account, and they can just jump in. And but we do have this guest account system, and where we will have some guest account, guest wallets, and you can use them, and you will get the items, but only when later on, if you sign in with your token proof, that's where we really can verify you own that address, and then the item balance will be transferred. The items will be going to your token proof address. So that's one way.
I
You
like
use your,
that.
yeah. I think token proof is pretty cool, and they're a really great partner from.
Token Proof is awesome. Actually, I don't know him super well, but I've chatted with him a few times here in Austin. The
Nice.
founder, like, it was cool. I got to see it like from the beginning,
Hmm.
before they made it big. Like I remember he was so excited to tell us all that they were going to be doing stuff with Bored Ape for like
Hmm.
the event, the in real life events and stuff, and like just like watching that whole journey. That was so
Hmm.
fun. So yeah, shout out to them. They're doing awesome
Yeah.
stuff for sure.
And if you sign in with token proof, and we also have a special feature that others, if they want to use your ENS, they cannot, because you're token proof protected.
Oh, nice. So,
Yeah.
because otherwise anyone could just type
Yes.
it in, like you
Yeah.
were saying in the
Yeah.
beginning. Okay, that makes sense. So, would I have to leave the screen to do all that? Because I'm curious, like how does somebody claim, like how
Hmm.
would I go from being
Yeah.
whatever kind of whatever what kind of user do you call me right now? Unverified?
Yeah. This is a view only. So you're using Crafters ENS, but I'm not sure that's you.
Mm-hmm.
But this also limits that you cannot chat because you're using a view only account because anyone
Okay.
can use a view only account. Um, and outside the swamp, and we can go outside a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say we can keep wandering around. Shout out Bert Z, by the way. Saw you in the chat and saw that pop up on the
hey,
screen. I like that. Simple. But what up, Bert?
yeah. So let me open the gates for you. And so we do have a token proof station uh, over here where you have to set up with token proof. So that's how you can scan the code and get verified. So, well, you don't need to do it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So you would go there, scan that code, and it'll walk you through how to verify everything, I would imagine.
yes.
Perfect.
Well, you basically scan the code, and then with your token proof app, you need to set it up first,
Uh-huh.
and then allow the another world to use your address. Then it verify that you own that address. So the game only do the read only to your account. We want to know if you really own that. The game doesn't do any transactions for you, and airdrops, they are very passive. They just drop to your wallet. And our airdrop contract is audited, and the airdrop are dropping from Optimism. They are our one of our great partners, and they give us grants to experiment how this NFT like metaverse will work. So
Super cool. So
shout out
that
to Optimism.
yeah, shout out Optimism. I d- I think I've done maybe not on Optimism, to be honest. Maybe it was Arbitrum that I was on, and I'm confusing the two. I don't know if I don't know if I've done anything on Optimism, to be honest. I've definitely heard a lot about them though. And so I guess I have done stuff. I just didn't know it because I was technically doing stuff on this, right?
Yeah, so I can send you our OpenSea link. So you do have a banana from Optimism,
Sweet.
and yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome that they're supporting you and helping you be able to experiment on stuff like this, because this is, I mean, what you're doing is super important. It's going to help figure out how Web3 is actually going to work with gaming. Like
hopefully.
it's yeah, I mean, and it's not as easy as just making it work. You have to you obviously, like, what are some of the pitfalls, or some of the things that you've come up against recently, maybe that are um, tough, that maybe got you thinking, like you're trying to figure out how to solve something. Is there anything that comes to mind?
I
Um,
think yeah, I think my challenge is that how do I uh, encourage those NFT holders, and they can bring their friends to play together. And so I design, or we design, and most of the interactions and and the mechanics to be multiplayer and encourage like social interactions. For example, when we are wearing these ape hoodies, they also make us the same team. And yeah, you can turn it off, and we can come back to uh, our chat if
oh
you
yeah,
want.
yeah. Unless there's anything else you want to explore.
Well, it's a big area, so I encourage people to explore, and
Well,
certainly like let us know what you think. So yeah,
but we can jump back in it
yeah, we can jump back in.
if we want later or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, we can come back
I think
and
people. So we need to have a duel, right?
yeah, no kidding. You're gonna smoke me. But we can definitely test it out. Um,
Yeah.
And
So I was thinking saying the social interaction, and I think um, if you can bring your friends to join the battle or to guide your friend to experience the NFT culture, that's something I want to achieve. So I've been thinking that and trying to design things around those ideas. Like how can you bring a friend and let them know, let them experience the NFT culture, and let them understand, get a sense of what's a metaverse, what a Web3 game is about. So the hoodies that we were wearing, that it would put us in the same team, so we won't be able to kill each other.
mm,
So you will see many things like that.
is that so?
Yeah.
So people could, that other hoodie I picked up a different, the white hoodie. So like
Uh-huh.
people could be, those could be two different teams then, and
Yes.
people could you. So if I was wearing a white one and you're wearing the ape one,
Yes.
we could kill each other. Okay, that's
Yep.
cool. I
Yeah.
like. I think that's a really good um, angle to be looking at, is through how do you make this enjoyable and open the eyes to what's possible for somebody that's joining a friend that maybe is like trying to get them to come to the other side, but maybe just softly, or not so softly. But I think that's honestly that's always been my intuition, is that gaming will be, I don't know if it'll be the catalyst, but it definitely will be one of the catalysts that really catapults us forward in a big jump, as far as like mass adoption goes for the blockchain technology that is Web3, because there's just so many like obvious use cases that I think could easily be implemented into a lot of games. And then once that starts happening, then there'll be all the other innovative stuff that people start coming up with to do. But I think like step one is literally just like getting people to accept the fact that we should be decentralizing these video games, and all the time that you're investing into them, you should be getting something tangible in return that you can actually go do something with, even if the the skin that you got is worth $4, $2, $1, whatever on secondary market. You can go sell that if you want. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about that, and it's such a
Um,
simple use case.
yeah. I think Web3 game is a play to earn by default. Yeah. I think that's the way it should be. Like Web3 game should be play to earn, and
Yeah, yeah.
and well, that's my thought. But people can charge that with their games. But I think um, getting into the game with your friends and then get some tangible stuff that potentially have some value at that time, and then sell it and get the dinner together. I think that's really what I think the Web3 games can bring
That
to like smaller groups, joyful moments.
Yes, yes, and that that sounds like your next advertisement for another world is get somebody to create an ad or a commercial that basically like shows that play out. And I mean that would get me excited to check it out and see if I could win some random in-game prize that I can then go around, turn around and buy dinner for my friends. That'd be dope. Um,
Wow, that's well, maybe we should make a video commercial for that. That's a
yes,
great idea to make it into a commercial. I haven't thought about that. Thanks for the idea.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah, for sure, man. I mean that's, I don't know if if I can say that that's my superpower, but that's like I'm always just thinking of stuff. So
Nice.
I love, it happens a lot on the show, but I love just barfing something like that out there. and and every once in a while my idea sticks and somebody's like, heck yeah, that's actually that's something I really should do. So um yeah, do it. I think it'll work, because that's something that from like a casual gamer's view would be cool to do. I mean, that's all I am. I'm just a casual gamer. I've always like played video games, but I've never really gotten deep into any specific video game for too long of a period. I know in college, like I definitely went through phases of like playing a lot of Call of Duty style
Mm-hmm.
games, and then um, uh, my buddies played Minecraft for a while and just were building all kinds of random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, like I bounce around. So that's why I'm super excited about the metaverse. Is at least like the metaverse that I
Mm-hmm.
envision
Mm-hmm.
is that I will be able to wander around and go like, like what do I feel like doing today, and then go wander to that area and then see where my journey takes me that day. I think that's what has me so excited about the metaverse is that it, it's going to be just it's almost like its own genre of gaming in at
Mm-hmm.
least the way that I envision it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so another role, there are a few games and movies that inspire us putting together all the gameplays. So World of Warcraft, right? The which we go to raid as a guild and get items and roll only items. Some people get rare items. Um, and Ready Player One movies, we go with friends to do treasure
Hmm.
hunt and fight in the battlefield, collect coins. So that's why you see the coins popping when you get shot. And um, Hunger Games. So you explore, collect items. You have to survive in this PvP zone, and of course the Dune. It's a like desert, and there's battlefield and items and monsters. So um, those are like pop culture movies that inspire us to build. And the very early Another World was based on Ready Player One. So we built a arcade mode where you can play with your friends, two players on one computer, and we did it in a hackathon. Um,
Mm.
and people enter ENS, and we airdrop items directly to the ENS while they uh, collecting items in the game, and also shooting zombies, collect coins. So that was a very early prototype, and we keep building it. Now it's a multiplayer open world, and with communities that we love. And I think communities are like Web3's superpower. Like those communities, they have sub communities, and also there are different projects they want to engage with those communities, which can be our partners in the future. So uh, I'm just so pumped to build another world every day. It's so fun, and it's getting even more exciting when we push more new features out.
Dude, I'm very pumped for you. I think it's awesome what you're building, and it's cool to see that you're getting support around it. And I mean, eventually, who knows where this will go. It sounds like you're building something like Ready Player One. That like that's that for people that have been listening a while know that I love Ready Player One, and if you haven't been listening for a while, you're going to find out very shortly that Ready Player One is. I love the book. I always have to like drop that caveat. I love the book. The book is amazing,
Yep,
um,
yep.
but the the motion picture, the um, it was just so captivating for me for some reason. Don't know why. But like that's what that really got the balls rolling for me, and sucked me into wanting to figure out what this metaverse is, and is it ever going to actually be a thing. And that was like a long time ago, and every once in a while I would not a long time ago, but a decent time ago. I don't remember when that. I don't know when Ready Player One came out in movie theaters, but I went to see it in movie theaters,
Yep.
um, and that's what really got me just super jazzed about the idea of the metaverse, and then to see it like coming to fruition now has been so exciting for me, and that's why I started the show. Is like I want to be talking to people like yourself that are truly out there building the metaverse and um, creating the next thing that all of us that are excited for the metaverse are super excited about, and I think that is something along the vibes of Ready Player One. So it's nice to know that, and I'm sure this is the and I guess I say I'm sure because I have had this conversation with other people, and Ready Player One is a lot of times the uh, one of the influences for a lot of people. And it makes sense, obviously.
Well, we got to get you a spot. So maybe we'll put your like retro studio around the battlefield so that you can have an angle like looking at the pyramids and
Yes.
people fighting. We'll get you a spot there.
I would love that because I'm also going to be spending plenty of time on the battlefield. This reminds me, and then Bert, I see you in the chat. I'm sorry. I want to help you figure this out in a second. So we'll walk you through and we'll meet you in there in just a second. But I don't want to forget my thought. So I one thing about Ready Player One like really solidified in my head, and I always think of this whenever I think of gaming in the metaverse, is the way that they did like those hardcore like death matches and stuff. And I want to find a game that is doing something like that and play that a bunch because I think that just it sounds so fun to just have to restart anytime, like from literally scratch. um anytime you play and you die, but like to be like see how long you could last, like especially if you could go like load in and out. I, and I think that is kind of the idea, is that you would be loading in and out, and as long as you load out before you die, um, you're good, and then you can come back with that stuff later. Like I think that's going to be so fun, and it sounds like that's one thing that you're building towards, is that like hardcore mode something that you are entertaining. I don't know how, like, and how, if it is, how do you kind of plan to execute it?
Mhm. Well, the game items they're temporary. So most game items when they close a game, it's going to be gone. The only items they would stay in the inventory are NFTs. So you can go into the game, grab an item, then it could be NFT, then drop to your wallet, and then you can sell it if you want. You can buy it from OpenSea to acquire items if you don't want to get into the game to find items. Um, but when you have the item and go into the game, it's going to appear in the inventory. And there are two type of inventories. Those NFTs, high values, they don't disappear when you die. But those crystals, when you collect them, but you get shot, those crystals get burned.
Mm.
And those are on chain. So that's why we can track and to for players' inventories and give out rewards. So for Bird, I think if you click on web-based preview, you can go to a game. But right now we are outside again, so sorry.
It's okay.
But in the near future, we have these battles, and those are 10 minutes battles. So you can grab some friends, only 10 minutes, and collect crystals as many as possible. That's a hint. And then we're going to calculate the on-chain scores. Not every crystal will give you NFT, but most of them will. And so after 10 minutes, we will have a snapshot automatically. Those are all on chain that people can look up, and we'll have a leaderboard. Then we'll give out rewards like OP coins. They are our great partners. They give us grant to distribute to players. So we'll be having those battles and to distribute some rewards. And there will be OP coins, and there will be some NFTs and from other partners or even from another world, some rare items that people can get. And as an experiment, we want to see you can get a dinner afterwards for after a 10 minutes battle.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that sounds perfect. I like that as like a at least like a first kind of step towards kind of what I'm envisioning. Um, I've been we are planning and building an experience inside of the sandbox,
Hmm.
um, and I want there to coming up with different games that we can play with like a live studio audience basically,
Hmm.
um, and use that as ways that because we do giveaways on this show every once in a while,
Yes.
and I plan on doing other shows as well in the future, so some of the shows are going to be geared more towards like playing games like that, and winning prizes, but um, even like on this show, if we were going to do a giveaway, then it would be cool to be like, okay, the giveaway today is we're going to go play maybe your game, or one of the games that we're building in the sandbox or somebody else's game, but like your game, for example, we could go play a 10-minute round, and then whoever's at the top of the leaderboard at the end wins that giveaway, and plus you also just earned, whoever was playing had a chance to earn all kinds of other NFTs and stuff. So that's a win-win. When the more that I'm talking through this, I'm like, wait, that's actually super awesome, because then everyone that participates gets to, one, go find your ecosystem if we're sending them to your game, and two, that even if they're playing and they don't win the prize that they're playing for, they're still winning other stuff along the way, which is also super cool. So definitely definitely think this game, whenever it comes to fruition, will be somewhere that we will be sending our audience for stuff like that. So super cool.
Yeah. So maybe we also have a custom hoodie for you guys, so that
Yeah,
you guys can team up.
dude, that would be so legit. Um, we will definitely have to talk about this after the show. Um,
Nice.
a custom hoodie.
Yeah.
With I love that. Um, let's pause, or not really pause, but I want to help Bert out here, watching over on Twitch, it looks like. Bert, do you want to jump in with us now, and we can show you what's up? So let me actually, do you want to show, how do I show them? I gotta go to the web, or Simple, if you have it. Do you have it pulled up on your computer, the web version, so we can walk through how to
Yeah.
get
I can. I can. I can
started?
give a quick tour.
Boom.
Uh,
There we
Let
go.
me. Are you doing? Okay. Great.
So you want to walk them through? You know it better than I do.
Yeah. So Birds. The easiest way, the quickest way, is to click on the web-based preview, and now it's loading the game from my server. So over here you have a choice. You can do sign in with ENS, and then type in your ENS. So you click on that. Um, yeah, click, and then you type in your ENS, only the name part, and then hit enter. Yeah. So this will go to, it will result to your address. If you, yeah, that's your address, then go into, let's just do Royal Club, and it's going to load your ENS, your balance, and in a few seconds. So I think this is what we said, the first person view. I think you're
Do
close to the boundary. So yeah. And if you just move forward a little bit, then you'll see the. Um, did you just get stuck? Okay. No. Yeah. We just spun out at the edge.
it's probably hard. Simple, are you on a trackpad? It's probably hard to use it on a trackpad.
Yeah, the
Um,
trackpad will be tricky. So recommended
is
using mouse.
Yeah. Is MetaMask, or what am I trying to ask? Oh, I was trying to solve this for Bert. He asked, he doesn't have an ENS, but he has a MetaMask, so he has
or
a
wallet.
wallet address. Can they put in their wallet address or no?
Not from the web-based preview yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
All good. So you can just play without that.
If you have
Better.
Windows, we do have some keys that we can distribute to the viewers, and you can paste your address there, and then you can use the view only to play a little bit.
I I don't know where I am. I clicked on Azuki because I wanted to see a different avatar. I figured out where I am. I went over to you guys. Oh, people probably can't see. They're looking at Simple's screen, but all good. I'm almost there. Except for I don't see anyone, or is this not the right place? Maybe this isn't the right place.
You're in a battlefield. I mean,
But okay,
oh,
so yeah,
okay.
I'm heading to the battlefield.
Nice. You're using our Azuki character.
Yeah, I must not have signed in. It doesn't say crafter, but that's all good. Way I don't die. But you have to so you have to pull out your weapon. You have to right click.
Well, this part is still in development. Well, for Azuki characters, they need to have a katana. I don't
Oh
think you have katana.
nope. All right,
Yeah,
restart.
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So there are communities that we are working with, and we're working with their holders as well um, to get their feedback and trying to get what they want to see, and to build those signature like experience to reflect those culture for their NFT collections. So for Azuki, we have this Japanese garden, and for Ancient Monkey, we have a jungle, and that Ancient Monkey can climb, and they can find some secret weapons, the lasers eyes, those crazy weapons, super powerful though. And for Clone X, you'll be in their space pod area. Uh, so, well, there are also fun stuff like those space pods. Um, you can actually own your own units. So we have this gating mechanism, right? We will use that
Hmm.
on the space pod. So you can really own your own unit, and your unit will unlock its door for only for you. And but you can
Oh,
bring guesses.
that's cool.
Yeah,
How? And that's in here somewhere.
that's in the Clone X area. And
That's
but
super cool.
um, yeah, but we don't we haven't issued the keys yet. But when we issue the keys, then if you hold the key, then you can unlock the gate
To your
of
pod.
your pod. Yeah.
That's super cool. When are you releasing these keys, or do you not know yet?
I think it'll be in season 2. Right now we're close to our season 1. That will be the battles in this area. Um, that we want to test out those items and with rewards. So season 2 will have a very different environment, and more focus on your own space.
Okay. And so you said you're in season 1 right now?
Pre-season 1, our season 1 will be infused in a week. So that's planning to do it from the July 26th. Yeah,
July 26th
yeah, July
is
26th. Yeah.
that'll be the end of or the
In a
start
week.
of
Yeah, in a week, and it will last for like 2-3 weeks. So
okay.
we'll have this 10 minutes battles, and Yeah, we'll have those 10 minutes battles uh, over the season. We want to test out like different time zone and how we can get people group up and go in. So maybe we can also get other space folks and then have a little competition here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, that sounds awesome. I'm definitely gonna be uh, being a part of whatever I can with all of that. So, um, looking forward to playing through. And so that's, can you say it one more time? June, or not June, July
26.
26th.
July 26th. Yes, July 26th.
July 26th.
Yeah,
And how would one be able to participate? Do they need to be, you can't do that through the, or can you do it through the trial web browser
you could.
thing?
Yeah, you could, and using your ENS.
And that's all they need.
Yes.
And to get the game downloaded is, how does somebody do that to get it downloaded onto their computer? Because I think I had to have like a key or something. Is that still going to be the case, or what?
You can. You need a key for the Epic Game Store, and but if you download it through Hyperplay, that's another Web3 game launcher that we've been working with, and then you don't need to acquire any keys. You can download the Hyperplay, and then download another world.
Okay, gotcha. So what is hyperplay?
It's
It,
like a Steam. It's like a Web3
oh,
version
okay,
of
uh,
Steam,
okay, I got
and
it.
it's like a Epic Game Store, but uh, Hyperplay their game launcher, they curate content, and and they were developed by the MetaMask team. So so um, you need to set up your wallet before playing the game, and and then the game will talk to the Hyperplay MetaMask wallet to it for airdrop.
That's sweet. And I just got distracted by no one saw that except for me. S SKVLL is showing off his on-chain monkey's laser eyes. See if I can see him do it again. But yeah, that's their weapon?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's not fair, but it's hard to get because you have to like parkour climbing up. You know the game like up only up,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so you have to climb up to the top and to get a crystal, get a laser crystal. So, but you
Gotcha.
are safe here. You're safe in the energy shield.
That's cool though.
Yeah, so we all hiding inside the shield.
Um, so with Hyperplay, you said that they're partnered with MetaMask, or they're part of MetaMask?
They were MetaMask team.
Gotcha.
They are developed by MetaMask team, and I think they also got funding from Consensus. So
Okay,
they're
cool.
very legit and Web3 um, game launcher. I
Nice.
really like their team and what they have been doing. They also partner with Game 7, that's the game DAO, Web3 game DAO. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool organization.
Okay, cool. I'm definitely gonna have to look more into that. And I think I'm gonna have to try download it. So if somebody goes to Hyperplay, they can download this game for free?
Yes, yes.
Nice.
You download their launcher, then you'll see there are games curated by them. You'll find another world.
Very cool. Is there a bunch of games on here? Listed game?
I think they're around 20 or 30. Not
Okay.
that many, but it's a decent
Hey, that's
amount of
enough. Yeah.
collections.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
And what was the process like of getting on there?
Oh, we were like quite early to get to know the team. So they had a conference in Berkeley I think half a year ago, more than half a year ago, around half a year ago. I attended and get to know their team, and we've been talking. And then I learned about they're launching this game launcher. So of course I want to be part of it. And they also have a Unreal Engine SDK, and most of the time they don't have like all the tools. They don't have Unreal Engine supported, but they do. So that's
Mm.
that's great for us. And so we integrate their tools. It works perfect for our needs because we want to verify players' ownership of the address. It works perfect, and then we got listed and continuously evolving our build. We'll keep upgrading because that's the way it is. Like we'll just we'll keep building and iterate on things that they told us and the player told us and what we want to see. So um, we've been constantly upgrading our builds. So don't get mad. You have to download a new build. Please download them. Yeah.
Is when you say download a new build, is that I I feel like I've not downloaded anything new. Is that not something that I have to do if I have the Windows one?
Um, for Epic Games Launcher, it's going to
Yeah.
do it for you.
Okay, it
And
does it for
they
me.
have a special like downloading techniques, like the parts that you're is already on your computer, they don't do it. So
Oh,
they have a special way to color download to be very small. So because
gotcha.
we are doing incremental updates, so you might not even notice. And for using Epic Games Launcher,
Mhm. Okay, cool. Is what's the now I'm just gonna be drilling you with random questions that have popped
yeah,
in my
go
head.
ahead, yeah, do it,
What
yeah, do it.
what's the concurrent user, like
Mhm.
how many concurrent users can you have in one? Have you I guess how many have you been able to test is probably the best question.
So for other space tool, we had like around 25,
Hmm.
and and before um we had a college class they jump in, it was like 30. um
Okay,
but those are we have no problem.
and
So
that's no problem.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's no problem, and probably we can do 100 if we want.
I was gonna say, is that your guess? Is like 100 safely?
I think we can do 100, um very
Nice.
likely, yeah, very safely we can do 100.
Well, I mean, that's like why wouldn't you be able to do the same thing as Fortnite, right?
Well, the structure is a little bit different,
Is it?
because Fortnite, they are like matches. So you start at the same time and you
Mm,
end at the same time.
mhm.
And for these, they are persistent.
It's
Um,
persistent open
yeah,
world.
these
Yeah.
are persistent. So the structure is different. Um, but I like to be
That's
persistent.
interesting. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think persistent is it's cool to be able to experience that persistent. And that we had me and Simple Zen we had a chat about the metaverse a few episodes back, and just talking about that persistence. And I think from my understanding that is one of the biggest things that is going to hold the metaverse back from being like Ready Player One for everybody, because and correct me if I'm wrong, but because it's hard to we can't support like a billion or a million, like I don't know how many we're gonna get to adoption wise, but probably like eventually we're gonna get to the point where most of the world has adopted it. So like supporting that in one persistent open world is like insane to think about. I don't know the techie stuff, but like the books I read and the people that I listen to, that's what they say. So I believe them. Is that something that you've thought about?
I think in Purple they are tackling those. So
Eh,
I, I
True.
I believe in them. They can solve that problem, but not solved by me, but solve that by
Uh-huh.
Improbable. So Improbable over here, we're like on the ground.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you're still in the same conversation, so I think you're doing something right. But yeah, I Improbable is doing really, really impressive things. Did you see the I didn't I was actually busy doing something, so I didn't get to participate, but I saw some videos of
Hmm.
the MLB, the baseball thing that they did recently. Um, I forget what they called it, but basically like a metaverse
Yeah.
experience
Yes.
for the MLB. That's super cool. Did you take part in it, or did you see
I was
about it?
traveling. Yeah, I was traveling.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do it while I'm like not in my workstation. But I participated first trip, second trip, and few like private trip. It's very impressive. I've been I have my eyes on them since like 2017. I had their early teachers. I
Mm.
used their maybe 2017, 2018 SDKs. Uh, yeah, they are one of the few they developed on a real engine, um, and so I tried that before.
Are you using the or messing around with I don't
MML,
even MML?
MML,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
You
little
know
bit,
where I'm going
yeah,
with that.
yeah, a little bit, because so there are the assets, right? Assets are game and Web3, right? The assets doesn't matter like what metaverse they can, we, as long as it's a 3D format, the assets can live in any metaverse.
Hmm.
Excuse me. And
Okay.
but the game mechanics it just depends on the game, um, and how that supports the different interaction. And the Web3 part, I think it's also universal. If they support it, then you will see ENS and token balance everywhere.
Yeah. Um, I just had another random thought pop in
Sure.
my head
Yeah.
that I didn't want to forget to ask you. So we're just gonna segue over
Yeah.
here real
Do
quick.
it. Yeah.
Um, for the season that's coming up,
Yeah.
um, where am I trying? Oh, well, how many players do you have? Or maybe downloads would be the easiest question, or I don't know, like whatever metric is best for you to explain this. I'm just trying to figure out how many people do you expect to probably participate in season one? It
We do have a Dune analytics, so there's a chart for our um, the play sections. For example, when you jump in and select a collection, that counts as one play session, and all our drops also on Dune analytics. So we count the player wallets, like any our NFTs goes to a wallet that counts as one player wallet. So we currently have like around 300 or so player wallet. They actually in the game get our this is the one get our own NFTs. So they are like around 4K play sections and Twitter followers and well, we got 400 Twitter fragments minted. Yeah, and yeah, these are the our matrix, so anyone can track, and it's all on chain.
super cool.
Yeah.
Um, I've never really I've always known about Dune Analytics, but this is like the first time I'm looking at at one in depthly. I don't know if that's good or bad for being around as long as I have, but um, it's cool to see all the metrics, and that's one of the cool things about being on chain, right? Is that
Yeah, you can look at all the stuff. Yeah.
they can just dive into all of these things, and they got nice like official links up there. Very cool. Um, so now I'm trying to piece all these numbers together. All-time player wallets 352. So how many do you h- what's your goal for season 1 as far as participation goes? Do you have that number?
We hope to hit 5K, and but
Uh-huh.
right now the NFT engagement is all time low, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's tricky.
It's tough.
Yeah,
It's tough time for sure, but
yeah.
I don't think that necessarily means it can't be done. And I mean, it's a good stretch goal. I don't know. So based off of the numbers, so 352 all-time player wallets. Tell me how do I know like all-time? Is that how basically how many players, or is that not counting people that have played as guests?
Well, on the play sections is people who jump in the game and they choose the collections and they play. That's the play sections. And
And that's
player wallets, yeah,
one. Does that count every time somebody plays, or like
yes.
that's just
Every time it
one?
counts one.
Okay, okay,
Every
okay.
time, if when you choose the collection, that counts one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And the player wallets is actually you acquire an item in the game, acquire an NFT, and you interact with our NFT
Hmm.
contract.
I'm
So
following.
that's around 350. But we do
So,
limit people who use a view only. They can only get one. So uh, the
oh,
same
okay,
player is not able to get too many drops.
that makes sense. It's a trial, not a 100% full game, I guess. Um,
And you can see our OpenSea link. That will be our NFTs that you can find. So there's in the official links there the OpenSea. Yeah, this is our OpenSea link, and there are items that most likely on the ground and potentially in the store that you can get some pizza and banana um, and the hoodies you can and the bundle, and this is a special item that we did for Azuki Japan community event. So those are all airdrop during that event.
nice.
Yeah, so they have a um, special like equipment. And
Could
Hyperplay, they're our partner. Optimism, they're our partner. So
when
and lazy,
you
yeah, go ahead.
when you do these events,
Mhm.
is it open to more than just those specific holders to get those airdrops? So, or was it like you had to be? Did you say it was for Azuki?
Yeah,
You had to
mhm.
be an Azuki holder to get that airdrop.
Nothing necessarily being a holder. So at that time, there are two ways you can get it. You inside the game and you see it, and you pick it up, then that's yours. The other
Okay.
way, you actually met us in the Kyoto event. So that there was a IVS, that's a Japanese the largest crypto event, crypto and startup event. If you meet us there, then we will airdrop you a weapon.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's for a special purpose.
It sounds like it's going to be important. Now I'm scheming on how to go find one. Um, I guess you could just go to OpenSea. Was anyone selling them? Have people been selling them or not really?
Well, the problem of those new NFTs, people are afraid of touching them, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah. So it's okay. We'll see if there are more transactions.
for sure. I mean, it's early. It's early. I was just curious if anyone is even even
And
trying.
those NFT they are in hidden folders. So uh,
Y- Uh, it ends up in the
um,
hidden folder a lot,
um,
I bet.
yeah.
But I mean, once you get established, people will recognize the name. OpenSea will realize and not throw them in the hidden folder. That you like.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have thought through all of that. Um, is the why is my desk shaking so much? Is the season one? Now I'm just so curious about this season one stuff. I'm definitely going to be participating. Um, Does it is it so there's nothing I feel like I've asked you this a couple times, but there's nothing that someone has to do other than have an ENS name and show up and download from Hyperfly or Hyperfy?
Hyperplay.
Hyperplay.
Well,
Download.
actually, the only thing you need is ENS, and you can go to the website and use the web-based version,
Oh, okay. And
and you don't need to download the game. You can jump in. and we'll make sure that we'll allow you to have enough time to play the 10 minutes. Maybe we'll give people 20 minutes quota when there's a contest. And but it's tricky to do it in the browser. It's better to do it like for a fully downloaded game because it's a shooter in a open world, free for all area. Um, but if you have like 3 or 4 friends group together, wow, you guys will be invincible. Oh, I mean, it will be tough to kill a group without being a group.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm gonna have to rally the troops. Anyone that's listening, you're more than welcome to join. We'll go and play this together. Um, I'm I think I'm gonna honestly, I think I'm gonna download it from Hyperplay just because I want to try out Hyperplay after the show here. But even though I already have it downloaded through Epic, but um, dude, this has been super fun chatting, and I feel like we touched on a lot, and I feel like there's so much more that I could keep asking you about, but I don't want to keep it too much longer. Um, but I guess like, do you think is season one? I'm just trying to put a bow on everything. Like season one is right around the corner, obviously, and that's what people should be excited for and checking out if they think that what you guys are building sounds fun and sounds like a gaming world that they would want to take part in. Um, do you have any closing thoughts or anything that you would want to share with everyone before we wrap everything up?
Well, it's really great to chat with you, and I'm really curious like how you find me. I guess it was from the other space
I
tool,
I think it
and
was Other Space.
mhm. Yeah. So thanks for having me. And if you get a chance to try another role and join the battle in about a week, please take a look and try it, and do let me know or let Crypto knows your opinion, what you want to see. We have a very small team, but we will do whatever we can to improve, and we do update constantly. We and we can also talk about, well, like having your like stations around the battlefield, and having some hoodies for the Behind the Avatar series, and I think that'll be super fun. Um, and you guys
I
can,
I would
yeah,
love that. Yeah, I'm so excited about that. I think that's gonna be super fun. And make sure you guys go follow Jackie.eth. Um, or I guess what is it, Jackie? What's your handle on Twitter?
Jackie.eth, my
Jackie
last
Lee
name.
ETH over on Twitter. Make sure you go follow him and stay up to date on everything that these guys are doing because they're building something awesome, and I think it's going to be a super fun time.
Yeah, thank
I
you so much for having
Yeah,
me.
dude. Yeah, dude. It's been good to start to get to know you, and I think this is one of many times that we'll have to have you on the show and give us like some more updates on what you guys are doing next because it sounds like there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff coming in the future.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it will be my pleasure to come back again.
Heck yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. And thank you guys for in the chat for showing up live and everyone that's catching the replay. Appreciate you for watching all the way through to here. If you're listening to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, share it with a friend. Appreciate you guys for watching and joining us. And for sure, go check out Another World season one on July 26th. Did I get that right? July
Yeah, yeah,
26th.
yeah.
Heck yeah, that'll be a good soundbite. Um, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Thank you so much.